Okay, this camera has been out for a bit. I had a pleasure to use it a lot in this time. I've avoided the first impressions quick review as I wanted to get more feel for it first and use it in the real world situations. I have been carrying it with me pretty much everywhere, and I also took it with me traveling this month. In this video, I am talking about stuff that actually matters, why I like this camera so much, why it is different than most of other cameras in this class, and how does it compare to its bigger brother OM-1 Mark II. And most importantly, if this camera is worth buying, and is this a camera for you? I'll talk about its vintage looks in just a moment, but firstly I need to cover the fact that it is internally pretty much the same camera as the very impressive OM-1 Mark II. Same sensor, same functionality, same tech, but at the same time it is a completely different tool, probably a different camera for a different photographer. Here is where they split. The OM-1 Mark II is a pro tool, fully weather sealed, blackout free EVF, extra buttons and a body build to take a beating in the field. This is weather sealed too, and although it delivers pretty much same performance as OM-1 II, it is a camera that can appeal to a lot of people on emotional level. It is more tactile. Vintage looks give it that nostalgic feel. It's designed to feel like a film camera. Smaller, lighter with dedicated dials and quick access to those unique to OM system camera combinational photography modes. I'll tell you more about those in just a moment. The OM-1 II is built for speed and reliability, perfect for wildlife, sports and pro work. The OM-3 is more about feel, expression and simplicity. Same power inside, totally different shooting vibe. So if you're asking which one is better, it's not about specs, it's about you and how you like to shoot and how the camera makes you feel, how this makes you feel. Personally, this is not a camera I normally would consider for my everyday carry, but it has really surprised me. It feels really good. It doesn't take forever to get used to or learn how to use it. The images it produces are really nice, especially when you pair it with the right lens, obviously. As I took it with me when traveling to Grand Canyon, I wanted to have wide focal range and I paired it with these three lenses: 9 to 18mm f4 to f5.6 Mark II, 17mm f1.8 and this amazing 75mm f1.8. This gave me 18 to 150mm full frame equivalent coverage. What's amazing is the size of the whole package. All fits in my hands when I would need a big bag and more muscle for the same with a full frame kit. This lens combo gave me coverage for every possible situation, everything from wide angle landscape to portrait and everything in between. Autofocus is seriously solid, nothing to complain about. Working as it should with superb subject detection and subject tracking. 1053 AF points and they cover entire frame, not for focusing on something right at the edge of your photo, but for more reliable and more flexible tracking of moving subjects, which can get to the edge of the frame. AF works and it is one less thing to worry about when you want to immerse yourself in just being creative. OM-3 is a camera you can easily fall in love with. Although I always shoot RAW, my personal preference, I like to edit my photos. I know that a lot of you don't. That's why Fujifilm looks are so popular, or real-time LUT with Lumix cameras. You shoot photos or videos stylized by camera that are ready to use on social media without and editing. OM-3 has got it covered as well. This physical dial at the front gives you that, an option to stylize and edit the look straight in the camera. I'm actually surprised how good it is and how good looking JPEGs can come straight out of this camera. You obviously have black and white and color modes, self-explanatory, but there's a lot control over some settings in both of these modes too. You can adjust the color tone and S-curve, but also contrast and sharpness. 4 color profiles and 4 black and white. Each of these can be customized. These can be saved to any of the custom 5 mode slots as well. Black and white has a really good looking film grain options too. Also, these custom modes can be saved onto the computer via free OM workspace software and shared with others. Very cool. You also have art and CRT modes. Art gives you a bunch of preset RT effects, and CRT color creator gives you options to adjust the hue and saturation on the go. Really cool solution, simple and user-friendly way to add more creative options to your shooting experience with this camera. For me, The whole camera, the user experience and the results it delivers are comparable to what shooting with a film camera back in the day was like, but with a modern twist. You do have a very capable photo camera that can do a lot. Camera that can compete image quality wise with pretty much anything on the market right now. Even though it is only micro four thirds sensor, it doesn't feel like it. I said that about OM-1 as well, but the feeling I don't care or think about the sensor size here is even stronger with this one. Obviously, non-fact the micro four thirds is not as good as full frame in low light, but doesn't really matter here. I think the overall low light performance with the right lens is not bad at all. The high ISO digital noise is more than ever acceptable with these modern MFT cameras, and this is no exception at all. Also, if that really bothers you, that digital noise, it is very easy fixable with Adobe Lightroom or even with OM system own workspace software. I need to tell you about the CP button at the back of the camera, computational photography. These camera options are not new, all in OM-1 and I think in some previous cameras as well, but they are seriously making it more usable here with this dedicated button. So before, you had to go to the menu to choose one of these computational modes. Here you can select the last one used with the press of the button, or any other one with the press of the button and the scroll of the wheel. So what are the computational modes? High-res image, live ND filters, live gradual filters, focus stacking, HDR and multiple exposure modes. I'll talk about it all a little bit more in the length in my review of M1 so check it out after watching this. These are tools that you have here just in case you want to do more with this camera. In my opinion, the whole thing is designed to be pretty easy use straight out the box, but under the bonnet, it hides all the Pro Tools bigger cameras feature to give you that peace of mind in case you ever need them. Very capable camera for filming with as well. If you choose to go all in with this, it's not limited to photography only. Just like with OM-1 you do get up to 4K 60p internal, 10-bit H.265 with OM log 400 for those who like to color grade. Also two for OM system video color profiles, OM Cinema 1 and OM Cinema 2, both giving you extended highlights range, very similar to OM log, but a little bit easier to color grade to achieve that elusive cinematic look. You can also do your tweaks to the color using the same as in the photography color correction in camera tools using the selector wheel here at the front if you want to. One feature that makes it really stand out is the built-in stabilization, the IBIS. This is probably the best on the market right now. It totally allows you to shoot very smooth tripod or even gimbal-like footage handheld. Very impressive. Certainly a camera that can do video well. I had no problem vlogging with it. It is small and paired with a small lenses, very practical for simple handheld run and gun shooting or filming myself. Unfortunately, only micro HDMI socket, but nice addition for those serious about filming with a raw video out over HDMI to recorders like Atomos Ninja 5. Build. Did I say it is a vintage inspired looking camera? Its looks are based on the original OM-1 35mm film camera from the 70s, and they've done a really good job with it. I had a few people coming to me on the street asking about my vintage camera. It attracts attention for the right reason. There's no hand grip, but a hand grip is a modern thing. The MFT lenses in general are smaller, so I don't think this is a big problem here. I also think that most likely anyone using it will be pairing it with the small zooms or primes like these, exactly for that vintage feel or vibe. The front dial is a nice touch. The dials and buttons are all in the right places. There's no back joystick. I guess to keep the vintage vibe going, you have to move the focusing point with a D-pad or like cool kids by touching the LCD screen. OK button at the back gives you quick access to all main settings, easy to navigate menu system as well. Although it is not made out of heavy metal as the original OM-1 this is based on, in hands it feels well made and solid. IP53 rated weather sealing, rain or dust won't stop it, only one SD card slot as expected in the camera this size, and generally speaking vintage looking, but it feels very premium. Price. I need to talk about the price. On initial release, a lot of people were not happy with the seemingly high price tag, £1,699 here in UK or £1,999 in US for the body only. Yes, it's not a budget friendly camera, but you have to remember that you have a pro level and very capable MFT camera here. This is OM system OM-3 flagship camera squeezed into this pretty vintage looking camera body. It's not cheap, but you do have a serious camera here ready for whatever photographic challenge you can throw at it. There's a lot of really good lenses available for it, and if this form factor speaks to you photography wise, you can't go wrong with it. Conclusion: it is a small, light, vintage looking camera. First impression can be this trendy toy, but this is so far from the truth. This camera could be a perfect camera choice for anyone who wants as small as possible camera, but one that is not missing any functionality of a bigger pro camera. A camera for someone who has sentimental attachment to the original OM-1 back in the day. Maybe you or your parent, grandparent used to have one and you want one as well. And this is a modern equivalent that could be your main camera for everyday use. At first glance, because it is so small, it could be discarded as an entry-level camera, but in reality, it could easily be used by a professional who values not only the camera's performance, but also its stylish looks. I've used many cameras in the past. I'm using a few different brands right now regularly, but this has made a very big impression on me. I loved having it with me when traveling. I love the vintage vibe and the picture quality it delivers. This really redefines what MFT Micro Four Thirds is all about. Cool little camera that is made for being creative with. It's a statement and a tool for a creative photographer, and so much more than just a spec sheet. Although spec wise, it has got everything you might ever need. Love it, and I highly recommend it. And this is it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you next time.